for about 10 months now. How impressed have you been with the job that he's doing, and do you think we're starting to see how he wants his team to play?
Well, I think any manager would need some time to put his principles in place, and of course he's already won a trophy with them, and you can see what he's doing. You can see that he's got his own ideas, and that he's also worked under a top manager before, definitely. So when you're at the start of your career as a manager, and you can start winning already, it's a great foundation to build from, and I think they've really found a manager who wants the best for the club.
And you've experienced the United-Arsenal rivalry over the years, that old rivalry. How would you describe that and how it's changed over the years?
When I played, it was between us and Arsenal to win the league. So that was a very fierce rivalry. There's all sorts of stories about what's been happening, and I don't have to rip up in all them, but that's the passion, the excitement, the importance of those games. Of course, we knew if we'd beat Arsenal and take 6 points from them, that'd be us winning the league more or less, and vice versa. So there's been some unbelievable games, and some fun memories, some bad memories. Of course, now there's still the rivalry, there's still the history, but now it's just we don't think about them as our rivals or anyone as our rivals. We just need to put points on the board, and it's so early in the season anyway.
Simon Peach.
Morning, Ollie. I'm guessing, is it correct to say that Alex Telles won't be involved this weekend, and is there anybody else that won't be available?
No, Alex won't be ready, no. So apart from that, I would think everyone else at the moment looks like they can be involved.
This is a bit of a strange one, but I've been meaning to ask you for a few press conferences. It's about Phil Jones and Sergio Romero, and basically how you're going to deal with them and what their future is, because obviously they're not in the squads. There's 2 months before they can move anywhere. So how's that situation, and how are you going to handle it?
Well, Sergio has just come back into training this week, so he started his pre-season work, and he's working to get to his peak fitness with the goalkeepers. Phil has been injured and he's had an operation, and he's working really hard to get back. He'll hopefully get fit during December. So that was a natural thing. When you're injured, you can't really be in the squad, can you? And he's working really diligently, and he'll be coming back soon.
Neil Custis.
Hi Ollie, if I could ask you just 2 questions. Is that the difference now to when you were a player? Is that then it was just one team you had to beat, whether it be Arsenal or then it became Chelsea, but now there's an awful lot more who are going for the title?
Well, I think back when I played, of course, I think football has developed, and so many clubs have developed strength in depth and the ability to challenge for the trophies, of course. So even though the last 2 seasons you had 2 teams running away with it, I think this season a lot of us just underneath them would hope to put up a challenge. But back then we felt it was either us or Arsenal, or then Chelsea came through as well. So for me it's more, how do you say, it's probably more exciting and interesting for the fans as well, and for everyone, that you don't really have, it's going to be one of these 2. So, and I think it showed this season, anything can happen this season, what's happening around the world. So we're just taking one game at a time.
Also, post Sir Alex, United managers tend to get judged from game to game, but if you look over the last 12 months, you must be happy with the way it's gone, and you must feel the trajectory is going in the right way.
Well, we keep on working. We want to develop, we want to improve. It's not up to me to say how far we've come down that line, but I've been very pleased with with a response after what we did early on in the season. We knew we had to hang in early on, try to get points on the board because we were far behind, but now we feel fit and strong and competitive in every game.
Mark Drossler, BBC.
Hi Ollie, you talked about the diamond after the game on Wednesday. If you are going to use that more often, what do you need to see from Luke and Aaron going forward in that final third?
Well, it's different demands in different systems. We're still the same, call it the same principles of a Man United fullback. You need to be good at defending and good going forward. It's a position that we've always been very good at, and we know that we need assists and even goals from them. So both of them have played and developed. I think they're improving. So we don't really have wingers, wide wingers like we used to do with Giggsy and David Beckham. So we are more and more dependent on the fullbacks coming and giving us width.
Samuel Luckhurst.
Morning, Ollie. Paul Pogba played brilliantly the other night and a bit further forward. Is that the way forward for him, playing a bit more advanced? Because I know under you he's tended to play in a more withheld role.
Well, Paul can do everything on the football pitch, more or less. You know, he can play long passes, he can get in the box, he can arrive in the box, he can play combinations outside the box. And but he played really well, I have to say. He did impact the game, and we love to see when he's driving forward, affecting the game. So what has been the case with Paul after being injured for so long and ill, it's about getting the fitness back, getting the sharpness back, and the fitter he is, the more he can do.
Ben Ransom from Sky.
Hi Ollie. You can use 5 substitutes in Europe, but obviously it was voted against happening in the Premier League. Given the number of options in your squad, I'm sure you'd like to play more players. You look around at some of your rivals, they're struggling with injuries. Would you have liked to have seen 5 subs this season in the Premier League?
100%, and I don't understand, and I cannot believe that the vote went against, because we have to look after the players, we have to think about the players, and this season is the most demanding season of all. I can see the point why clubs voted against, but if you take a step back and think about these professional footballers and their mental and physical health, I think the only sensible solution would have been to give us the opportunity to rest a few more. We've already seen loads of injuries in the Premier League. I know Pep has been talking about it, other managers, and we as managers, as clubs, as staff, medical staff, we have to look after them. That's why we have to rest players at certain times, and so yeah, I would have liked to have 5 subs.
You've spoken a lot and been asked a lot about how to fit all of the players into your team. I just wonder, though, given the number of options you've got, is that actually your biggest strength in the title race, the fact you've got this squad depth?
At the moment, we are looking like a Man United squad, because I've got opportunities, I've got competition for places, and any successful team in the modern era of football have had that option to rest players, to rotate, and that's probably the only way you can last in this the most intense league in the world for me, and also with Champions League involved. So, and you want to go for the trophies. I think so.
James from TalkSport.
Ollie, it was another really impressive performance by Fred on Wednesday night. Is he starting to show signs of why the club spent so much money on him 2 years ago?
Oh, he's got incredible attributes, Fred, and we are seeing the better side of Fred. Definitely, we've waited for it. I think he played a fantastic season last season. And he did what we wanted for him. He's a humble boy. He works really hard, and as he said after the game, he missed a couple of passes. But that's in his genes as well, to always look to improve and to look at his own performance. I think his high energy is little, but he's got a great how do you say, the point of gravity. His balance is fantastic. He's so sharp to get to balls, wins the ball, and he can also play a good pass. So delighted with his development.
We've got no further hands up, so we'll go the last one for Per Carlson.
Hallå Ola, god morgon.
God dagen.
Hejsan. Well, this is your 100th game since taking the wheel at Old Trafford, actually. How would you sum up your time as a United manager so far, and how is it to face Arsenal in a game like this, knowing you haven't beaten them yet in the Premier League?
Oh, Arsenal is always going to be difficult because they are a very good team with a very good manager who's got some great ideas on how football should be played, and I'm looking forward to it. Of course, I'm surprised it's 100. It's gone really quickly, even though a lot has happened. So let's hope I can celebrate number 100 with a good performance and a result. So I've enjoyed it so far.
Let's go last one for Chris Wheeler.
Yes, Ollie, it's been 4 games since the Spurs defeat, 4 quite tough games too. You've had 3 wins and 1 draw. Did that game change your thinking in any way? And what have you done since then to go and bring about the past 4 fairly good games?
Well, I think any result as brutal as the 6-1 would have to get a response. And of course, it has been dealt with internally. We've tweaked a couple of things. We've got players fit, and I think the manner of defeat wasn't something that we should be have to be confronted with again. Then again, things happen in football these days, and but the response has been fantastic, and that's what I'm concerned about. Because we wanted to finish that off as soon as we could and just move forward.
Thank you very much, everybody.